Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I will be going over the extra documents that you will need if you're traveling to Jamaica from the United States and from Jamaica back to the United States. So let's jump into the video. So first of all, when we were traveling back in the days, long before this whole thing came about, we only needed our passport, and if we are green card holders, we would need our green card or whatever other document that you would need to enter the country. No, that changed since last year, and now you need some little extra documents to go on the plane, and that's what I am here to present to you today. So first of all, when you're going on a plane, you're going to need your passport, you're going to need your test results, and you're going to need your authorization to go to Jamaica. This video will speak more on what happens in New York because that's where I live. So there are different sites around the place and you can go to different places. Now when it comes to knowing when you're going to get your results, you have to call them to find that out, because different sites have different time span when they will give you your results back. When I was doing my tests, for the few times that I've done it, I got my results in less than 24 hours. Now there are factors to that as well, so it all depends on the site that you go and your means of payment for the test. Evidence how it is, but I heard that once you are paying out of pocket, and even though you're going to the hospital, it takes a little bit longer time for you to get the results. I don't have concrete evidence of that, but that's what I've heard from other persons that have done it before. But for me, because I have insurance and I went to my hospital, I got my results in less than 24 hours. So let's say I went to do my test this morning, I will get my result by before day, but it is now 2 o'clock. So say I would go to do my test at 10, I will get back my result tomorrow way before 10 o'clock. So they work fast when it comes to that at the hospital for me. So before May 10th 2021, the Jamaica government gave you up to 10 days to do your testing. So within that 10 days of your departure, you could do your testing before that and make sure that it was a negative test. After March 11 2021, they changed it where you have to do your testing within 3 days of your departure. So it sucks for some people if they have to get the results longer than that, and that's why I said previously you have to call the testing site that you're going to do your testing to see how long they will take, because you can't just go and expect that okay, I'm going to get it within a day, because you probably hear of somebody else getting their test results in less than 24 hours. You would have to call first. So after March 11 2021, you would have to do your testing within 3 days of your departure. Now on the screen you will see how the test results looks. So I'm looking here right now on the screen, and it says that reference range is what you really look for, where it says not detected. That's stating that you do not have any sign of the virus in you and you are free to travel. At the end of the day, this is how it looks. This is what you will show them at the airport. They are going to look for your name, your date of birth. They don't really care about your date of birth, but they care more about the name and the result of the test. I don't know how other people will get their results, but for me, I did mine through my hospital, and so because I have an account with them, they sent my results straight to my account, and I could have logged in and I would have gotten the result. So when it comes to the other document in question, it would be the authorization form. This is a site that you will go on. So you will go to www.jamcovid.com and you will pop up to this. So you're gonna go on up. Once you pop up on the page, you're gonna see a page with the Prime Minister. I am using it from a smaller device, so because of that it will look a little bit different than what you would see if you're using a desktop or a laptop. No, you're going to click on a smaller device. You're going to see the three little arrows. You're going to click stating that you're going to click on immigration. So that's the bottom thing in that list. You're going to click on it. It's going to pop you up and ask you, do you live in Jamaica? Now if you're a resident of Jamaica, you would click yes. If you are not a resident of Jamaica, you would click no, and that applies to me. So then I would pop up on the page, welcome to non-resident online application. So once I pop up on that page, you're going to see an email. You're going to put your email in. You're going to click on the thing that says, the box that says I have read and agreed to the JAM COVID-19 privacy policy. They're going to send you a one-time password and you would enter that. Upon entering that, you would be sent to this page. Now if you have traveled before, you're going to see where your previous submitted application would be in your account. If you have never done it before, you will not see any information there, and that is totally fine. You then would click on add new. For me, seeing that I already have information there, I would click on add new and it would send me to this site. So this is where you would start your application process. It's a 7-page process. It's not really long, but it can be a little bit tedious when you don't know when it's going to end. But because I've done it before, it's not really that tedious. However, once you get to the first page, they will ask you where you're completing it for, your name, country you reside, and when you will travel. Now they give you, I believe they give you up until 3 days before your departure to fill out the approval. If you do it before the time, they're going to tell you that you have to come back to a specific date to fill out this application. So if you come before 3 days before your departure, they're going to tell you that you have to come back within that 3-day span to do the application. So if it's a situation where you're good and you're in a 3-day span, you will be sent to the second page of 7. That's the traveler information. You would fill out your name, as you can see on the screen. You fill out your name, date of birth, your gender. Of course, they automatically fill in the date of arrival to Jamaica, the date that you will return, and your phone number and all of that and all of that. Page 2 says page 3, because that was page 2. So page 3 is talking about the health status questionnaire. We'll ask you a bunch of questions that we normally would be asked. Page 4 is a type of accommodation. If you're going to stay at a hotel, if you're going to stay with families, if you're going to stay in a private home, that's what they ask you. They ask you for the address and you have to locate it on the map of Jamaica. Page 5 speaks of the travel costs. So basically, in essence, they're saying that if anything happens to you, you are responsible for that medical bill. They are pretty much responsible for it. You can do your reading on that as well on that page. And you have to consent that you do understand what it's saying. Both places you have to consent whether you agree with them or you don't agree with them. That's up to you. You put that information in. Page 7 is talking about you quarantining for 14 days. That's what this is talking about. So you 7 of 7 now is talking about immigration, and basically it's just a recap, a summary of everything else that you would have filled in on your form. So they go over all of that, and once you go over it and everything seems okay, you're going to get this pop-up saying that application submitted. They're going to send you an email with your application reference number and all of that business. Now once your application is submitted, you will see in your account where they will say that it's pending, and you're gonna get the email. You open the email, this is what will pop up. Your name will pop up saying dear so and so, and your application number, your application that is approved, and all of that. So that's the information that it will send you through your email. Now when you're going to the airport, this is the important part that you need. At the bottom of your email, you're going to see 2 different forms. One of them is your authorization form, and that is what the airport will need. That authorization form, you can either print it or you can pop it up So with you popping it up on your phone, which would be easier because you wouldn't have to waste paper or anything, you pop it up on your phone and then there will be a barcode, as you can see on the screen, a barcode at the top right corner. They would scan that to say that either you're approved or you're denied. I've never heard of anybody being denied, but that's what the code is for. They will look to see that your name and everything is there to make sure that it's you. So you would have to pop up that barcode for that approval form application, and you're going to need your negative test result. The procedure once you get to Jamaica, it's not really tedious, and when you're coming back to the US, what procedure you're going to need and what documents you will need to enter. Now once you get to Jamaica, it's not really bad. It's not really bad, to be honest with you. It's not bad at all. You get there, I went to Montego Bay for the few times that I've been there since this whole crisis, and I've never been to Kingston, so I don't know who Kingston is. But once I went to the Montego Bay airport, I saw soldiers. Once I went through getting my passport stamped and everything, and I went out, I saw the soldiers. They would take your information and where you're staying and all of that charade business behind it, and that was just that for me. When I was coming back, it was the same procedure as what I just outlined previously. So it's basically the same procedure that you would do from the US to go to Jamaica. Is the same thing to come back to so when you're coming back to the US, yes, you can do your test at different locations, as I said previously. Same way you have a lot of different test sites in the US, you have a lot of different test sites in Jamaica. They charge their total different fees. I don't know how they are. I heard some ridiculous prices I will not talk of, but some of them are clearly ridiculous. However, I did my test result at the airport and I got back my result within 15 minutes. So that's the rapid test. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. And to get back my results in 15 minutes was really so. With the new president in office, he said that once you're coming back into the United States, you have to get tested to enter back into the US. So you have to do the test in 3 days before you come back here. Now, I did my testing at the airport and it was not bad. I paid at that moment $7,500. I don't know if they have increased it from that time till now, but at that time, that was January, so I paid $7,500. I filled out this form. This very same form is a form that you will need to show them before you board the plane that your result is negative. So you would fill it out and they would tick and stamp it to say that your result is negative, and they stamp it for approval. So I had to blow my nose out to make sure that my airway was clear of anything at all. She did both nostrils, so she took whatever she needed to take from both nostrils, and she told me that I could come back for my result within 15 minutes. Now they provide a tent for you to sit under that's across from the testing area. You would sit under there and they would take the result to you. So if you're gonna board the plane, you can get your results, go board the plane, or if you're doing it the day before, you can just go back from where you were coming from with your result. Now, there's a form that you have to fill out to enter the US. It's kind of like stating that yes, you're negative to come back and you're safe and okay to come back in the US. You can also get that form at the but that's just the procedure. Once I got back to the US, I came through JFK. So once I got to JFK and I got out through the custom and everything and got my luggage, I was met upon by soldiers. They were giving out forms for you stating that you should quarantine, stating where you're coming from, and all of that and all of that and all of that. So you fill the form out at Jamaica and you have to fill the form out here to give the US government. So with that form, after you fill the form out, you hand it back to them. They state to you with that you have to quarantine for 14 days, and that's just basically it. So the procedure to go so let me do a recap of that again. The documents are basically the same to travel to Jamaica and from Jamaica. Once you're going to Jamaica, you need to do your testing 3 days before you go to Jamaica, and you have to get your authorization form. You get that from jamcovid.com. Once you are coming back to the US, you have to have your negative result. You have to fill out your form that you are safe and you have a negative result to enter the US. Once you get back to the US, you have to fill out a form stating where you're coming from and all of that and how long you stayed. I really and truly happy this video helped somebody, because before I did it I was a little bit confused because so many people were talking so many things about it, but once I did it for myself a few times I got the hang of it. So I hope my explanation of it is helpful to somebody somewhere out there, and it won't be confusing for you anymore. So until next time guys, walk and stay safe, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.